Hey everybody, this is Steve. There's another cold snap here in Texas. It's across the nation, and its intensity and it's caught everybody by surprise. Anyway, I'm hunkering down. I'm going to try to make it through it this time. Hank is got his blanket up. He's like I say, he's an outdoor horse, so he has seen worse than this. He is not happy. He's an hour early for lunch. That's when I know he doesn't want to graze. When he comes out there, he'll bang my door, take his nose, and knock my door. Hank, how you doing out there, buddy? You holding on? And then he leans against the in between the truck and the Connex to stay warm. So I'm going to hopefully get out there and still do work in that Connex. I've got a propane heater out there. I thought if this gets too cold, the pop-up trailer gets too cold for me, that I'll just go hide there. And it only gets cold when the wind is super strong. Let me rotate. All right, what do we got here right now? So my pop-up trailer is in good shape, 63, 64. The wind is only 1.3 miles an hour. That's not too much. Hank is knocking my door. he really wants me to come do something. See him? Take his little nose, knock on the door. You're an hour early, Hank. An hour early. I'll feed you in a little bit. I'll sit there and knock until I yield. So anyway, I don't feel like there's any risk to me out here. But if that wind picks up and it gets like 20 miles an hour, this pop-up trailer is just part of the wind is all it is. And then I'll go hide in that Connex, I think. I've slept there before in below freezing weather. And I've got a big a propane salamander out there. And I know that I won't die of... I can open the windows now. Carbon monoxide poisoning, so I've slept before without dying. Anyway, I'm working today for my work, my job that actually pays me a living, not the thing out there. But later on this afternoon, I'll go out there, and because I've got all my boards cut, and I stuck them inside before the rain came, so they're dry. And glue's out there. I might need to get the propane heater going so that it's fluid enough to glue things up. And I'm pretty excited to get out there because it's just so much nicer than this little trailer to be in. So I'm looking forward to that. So, all right, like, subscribe, follow me along. This is Steve, 1,000-Year Home, and I'm not in something that'll last 1,000 years. This is from 2014, I think, this pop-up trailer. I'm living in it, and that's, they're not really built for full-time staying, and I've decided to do that. Hank's still knocking on my door over there. He is so funny. I hear you knocking. His little nose on the door. He bangs it. You can even see his nostril through the shadow. You're whole hour early, Hank. Whole hour early. Yeah, you don't like the video camera, do you? All right, buddy. You can stand there. Just don't knock on my door, please. Thank you. Oh, he goes and knocks on the door. I don't want to feed you early. It'll become a bad habit. Yeah. He shakes the whole place when he does that. Maybe going to warm up the wood glue. I'll try it in here. Warming up the wood glue right now. Maybe I can get it close enough. All right, what do we got going on here? Started out at 38. 47 now, it says. 47. Well, that in about 10 minutes, I got to 47. It's cold, and that's the way we're going to work that. basically my goal is once I cut 2 inches off this bottom to make a notch. It'll be a notch like that. So it'll go in. I don't want this splitting apart. So I'm not going to clamp it or anything. I'm just going to continue to drop sawdust and glue in there. And I'm doing this 31 degrees outside. You saw that I'm sitting here at 47. It feels very balmy. Well, 49 is what I measured a minute ago. That little propane heater is doing quite a good job. I really want to get everything carved out tonight. I don't know about gluing it up. I'd prefer not to have to let the heater run while I glue. Alright. It actually does. I see the shakes the glue and sawdust down in there. I can see it going down. I don't even mind the split. I just don't want the split to be so pronounced that it falls apart when I notch it. I don't think it will, since I'm not notching all the way through. But I've decided to take some preemptive steps. How about that? Plus, in a closet, I don't want a place for moths to hide. Well, this is cedar, where spiders to hide, scorpions to hide. It is Texas. So even though it's super cold, I'm happy with that. There's still a little dip in that. I think it just gives it character. So I will run over my saw real quick, or my grinder, my flat grinder over there. I'll run that over once it dries. But I don't really want to leave this run while I do my regular job. I wanted to see if we could get some heat in there, and we started out at 38. It was 31 outside, between 31 and 33. And I just turned that on. Probably haven't been out here more than 20 minutes. Close to it. I'm getting 50, 50, up to 59, 60. So 2 foot away I get that. 41, that's better than 31 any day of the year. And way over here, I was at 38, now I'm at 40. So, and I've got to tell you, as a guy out here in the cold, that feels much better to me. Look, the foil's 42, so that insulation totally works. Once I get that all the way in there, 43 in there, all the way against all the walls. The problem is right now the steel is actually a black body of space. It just wicks the heat out and condenses moisture. When I do this, it puts a barrier between the connex and the inside, so I'm not going to get moisture building up in there. And I'm also got an insulation. I don't know if there'll be a difference there. That's 44. That's 40, so 4-degree difference right off the reel. But that was 38 when I first walked in, and 33 when I first walked in. So, all right, real happy. I'm going to go ahead and turn this off simply because I don't trust the kerosene heater unsupervised. This all feels okay around the outside of it and whatnot. Somewhere I bought a little piezoelectric fan, that will sit on there. And if I could find that in my storage, I'll go ahead and put that in there. That's just one. I didn't light two. So when I come out here and work this afternoon, I'll light both and then really blow that out. Got to figure out something to do with my circular saw. I might leave it there. I'm not sure. It's a pain in the butt. I don't have much room to do this work. That's why I do outside. There's my poor old buddy in the cold. Comes up and Leans against the Connex. He doesn't really care for a camera in his face sometimes. Gets a little camera shy. Got the blankie on him. Oh yeah, he feels warm under that. Let me tell you, that's all right. And then right there's the truck blowing, and it's actually in this, since the generator's running all the time, it's on a warm side, so if he gets in here, he'll not have as much water on him and get a little bit of heat, and that's what he does. He squeezes right there, so he's happy right there. All right, I'm going to apologize for the low light level. It's like I said, it's been that winter storm again, and it's late in the evening when I finally got done. I do have a light in here, but I'm using the power cord on my table saw. All right, well, in the cold and the dark and the end of the day, I still was able to get something done. Well, my crazy beard is so crazy. So, yeah, I was supposed to be gone today, but the rain came in and an ice storm, and I grew up in the north, so I can drive on ice, but everybody else who has never experienced it would be crashing their car. So I stay home. I stay home. So, all right, let me rotate. So I know it's getting to be low light, but this camera doesn't do too bad of a job if I hold it real still. So these aren't glued in. Even though Elmer's Glue says, you know, that 35 is where it'll cure at, it won't. So I haven't strapped these in and done all that, but listen, not half bad for super cold from this side. They'll all look pretty good once I bring them in and strap them, and that cabinet won't go anywhere. So I was hoping to get both of them cut out today, but every cut's a custom cut, and everything I'm thinking about while I do it, and when I can't see, it's so dark that it's just hard to finish up. All right, let me take a look here from over here. All right, well, there we go. This cabinet is real close for me to screw it in and glue it. Just gotta wait for the weather to shine on me. I think I'll mix this video up. I know that it's not a whole lot of the construction material, and I was using the saw in the dark, so I couldn't record it all, but you get the general idea. I made two boxes, right? A box down at the base, and all of them custom cut. Once I torque, put ratchet straps on them, glue them, man, they will be good looking. Then this thing will be structural and will be able to support my ceiling when I pour concrete on it. You can't bury these, right? These are extremely strong. You can't bury them in the ground. They will crush. And if I put concrete on the roof, I'm going to get a bow. So what I'm going to look for is deflection, amount of deflection in the roof beams. And if it gets bad while I'm pouring, I'll put posts down the middle and reinforce it. So let me rotate. So there's a little moisture on this side, right? But if I open this up, dry as a bone. Dry as a bone. You can see that that's dry as a bone. And, so just a little insulation will keep the moisture off of everything. So I'm going to turn off those and go back inside my trailer and call it a night. So like, subscribe me along. This is Steve at 1000 Year Home. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.